by taking a comfortable seat as usually. So please use a cushion or a pillow to make yourself comfortable, finding your tall spine and open chest. So rolling the shoulders a few times back and forwards, maybe rolling your head back. So nice and really extreme, and please do mute your microphones because I can hear still the sounds. And then we settle in our meditation posture, cross-legged or kneeling position or whatever you are taking as a meditation posture, as long as your spine is straight and the chest is open, shoulders relaxed. So take a moment to adjust something there so you can be really comfortable. And we're gonna close our eyes. Taking a few breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And as we do that, maybe those people who haven't switched off their microphones, please do switch off their microphones. Please do help us to focus on our practice. And I know it's difficult and challenging, so please invite your kids and your partners to take part in the session, as long as they are silent. So we're gonna continue with our exploration of the tools we have to build up our resilience skills. And we practiced through these previous days a number of breathing techniques, focusing on belly, diaphragmatic breathing, focusing on bringing attention to three parts of our breath. And today we're gonna take our practice pranayama, which actually means breath control, to exactly that level. So coming back from awareness of the breath, we are going to start introducing control techniques to our breath. So through the control of breath, we can control our mental state, and we are able also to control our physical state. So today we're gonna practice square breathing or box breathing, and it's a very simple technique. As the image suggests, of a square. It has 4 parts, so remember each inhale has 4 parts. Inhale, holding the breath, exhale and holding the breath, little pauses at the top and at the bottom of the breath. So we're gonna use 4 counts to inhale, 4 counts to hold the breath, 4 counts to exhale, and 4 counts to hold the breath after a complete exhale. So as we are all different, our lungs are different, and maybe some of us are agitated, so your breath, your natural pace of breath is a bit faster. You might, if it's not comfortable for you to do 4 counts, you can reduce it to 3 counts, but then sticking to that 3 counts for each part of the breath. So 3 counts in, 3 count holding, 3 counts out, 3 count holding. So let's all start by first exhaling fully. And then inhaling through the nose only. Continue 4 counts up. Holding for 4. And exhaling for 4. And holding for 4. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 4. Exhaling for 4. Holding for 4. And I will stop leading this pranayama practice, so continue for 3 full rounds, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. And after 3 rounds, we will be ready to move to our yoga practice. it's about 3 last breaths. Release any control of on your breath. And take a number of normal inhales and exhales through the nose. So without retaining the breath, without any pauses, or just with those natural pauses that occur in the breathing. And we are ready to move to our practice. So please shake your legs and recross them in a different fashion. So the other shin or leg comes in front. And we will wake up our spine a little bit by moving side to side. So gently pressing on your hands and start moving side to side a few times. And then we will start making circular movements with the spine. So going with the chest forward, rolling the hips back and also rounding the back, inhaling forward and making these circles maybe a bit deeper. And you would like to make it a more energetic circles. Don't follow my rhythm, just assume your own rhythm, and we change the direction at a certain stage. So start moving counterclockwise and then change into clockwise or the other way around. And then we stop in the middle. We place our left hand on the fingertips towards the side. We bring the right arm up and we place the right hand on top of the left ear. And very gently we're gonna bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Also pressing the left fingertips into the ground. So you can feel a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Through the arm, the stretch is felt as well. And then we release and we change sides. So right fingertips away from the body, left palm on top of the right ear, and very gently left ear draws towards the left shoulder, and we extend the right fingertips a bit further so you can feel the stretch throughout the arm, throughout the right side of the neck. And then we release and shake everything, and we're gonna shake our legs as well. So we're gonna move into several poses that will help us achieve so-called 4 movements of the spine. So the focus of today is primarily spine, but you can also feel it in other parts of the body like hamstrings. So I invite everybody to sit on a cushion or on a blanket, because there are going to be a couple of forward folds where if you have already a lower back condition or sciatica, you might experience discomfort. So and it's basically just more pleasant and more effective for those poses to have the pelvis slightly tilting forward, so you can really use the gravity to fold forward. So we start with first rotating our torso to look to face our left foot. So use your hands to help your torso to rotate a little bit, and then we go directly folding over our left leg. So the toes of the left foot are flexed, and we're going to use the fingertips to move as far forward as possible. And when we think that's maximum, we're going to inhale and lift the chest, lengthening the spine, and we're going to start lowering ourselves down. So people with hamstrings that are particularly short may wish to put a blanket or a pillow under their knee. So for example, just keeping the knee slightly bent, you achieve the same result, but you feel it less in your hamstrings. If they start screaming, you don't want to have it. Just the feeling of the stretch is good, but the screaming hamstrings, no, that's you want to avoid. And we're gonna keep the left leg active, both sitting bones on the floor, and the face and the head can relax towards the floor, so hanging somewhere. Maybe even you can rest your face on your left knee. Few last breaths here. So remember, don't hold your breath, breathe deeply. And we're gonna, on a big inhale, lift the chest up, so lengthening the spine again. And we're gonna release the pose. And if you need to shake anything in between, you can do that. And otherwise, we're gonna move to the other side. So first, opening the legs as wide as it goes. So maybe adjusting something that you sit really to the front of your sitting bones. Rotating the chest to look over the right leg. And we walk on the fingertips, keeping both sitting bones on the floor towards this right foot. So as far forward as possible, and when we reach our maximum, we inhale and then we release over the right leg. So keep the right foot flexed, both sitting bones on the floor. And if you need to put something under your right knee or keep the right knee slightly bent, please do so. Just feeling to what your body tells you. And gradually we will open up at whatever stage currently we are. So you don't need to rush things. And if you can relax your face, if you can relax your head, our legs are working, our spine is working, but the face can be relaxed inside of the mouth, all the facial muscles, and there are a lot of them. It's good to let them go, have a bubbly face. Last breath here, we're gonna inhale, lifting on the fingertips, and slowly coming back to the center. And our last variation in this pose is gonna be folding over in the middle. So we're gonna lift the chest. So once again, sitting bones, feeling our sitting bones sitting to the front of our sitting bones. We're gonna look forward, and we're gonna walk on the fingertips as far forward as possible. And we keep our feet, the toes of both feet flexed. And once we reached our maximum, we're gonna inhale and lift the chest even further. And exhaling, we're gonna go down. So taking your each inhale as an opportunity to lengthen your spine, to feel the elongation and the space that you create between each vertebra, stretching the spine. And as you exhale, you release something. So it can be just the millimeters that allows the gravity to take you towards the ground. Maybe with your chest, maybe with your head. One more breath here. And then we're gonna inhale and lift on the fingertips. And very carefully, we're gonna work our hands back. And with the help of the hands, we're gonna bend our knees and bring the legs together. So if you were on a cushion or on a blanket, remove it, and we're gonna just give our body a little break doing the windshield wipers. You can keep feet slightly apart, or if it feels better, you can keep your feet together. And then we're gonna move to our next sequence. So we are moving on our hands and knees. So here also, if you have a blanket or towel close by, you might need it at a certain stage. So see how it goes. So we're gonna bring our left knee in the middle of the mat and open the left foot a little bit outside. So my left foot is outside, and I center my hips towards the middle line of the body. So, and in order to elongate in this posture, we're gonna tuck the back toes under and slide the back foot as far as possible. So lifting the right knee and sliding it back, and then releasing the toes down. So your knee should not hurt here. If it is very discomfortable here, you close the leg, so your shin is very close to your inner thigh. And if you have a bit more space, you can open the left shin a bit more, so that it's more parallel to the short side of the mat. And then we're gonna inhale, and we're gonna lift the chest here, and then exhale, we're gonna simulate a sort of wave. So inhaling, lifting up, a little back bend, and exhaling, going forward. So lifting on the fingertips one more time, and going forward, And next time we lift up, we're gonna work on the fingertips forward. And once again, we reach our maximum here. And then we inhale and we're gonna go down. And once we are down, maybe we can relax our head. And if you feel pressure under your right knee, you can put the blanket there, or you can adjust anything you need to adjust. If it's too intense to be down, you can also stay on the elbows, or you can choose just to stay here for a while. And there are many variations, so if you are watching the screen right now, probably you are less comfortable in this pose, so you might consider putting a blanket under your left sitting bone, so it is a bit more accessible. So the openness and mobility will come in time, so just experience where you need to help your body a little bit. So any variation you would like to take here, and we take few breaths in this position. The most important thing is not to hold your breath, continue breathing, and feeling always responsible for adjusting anything to make sure that you're not in pain or in extreme discomfort. And then very slowly, on the inhale, we're gonna press the floor away and move our fingertips next to our left knee. And then we're gonna tuck our back toes under, so you can lift your right knee off the ground. So we can stay here, maybe we can move into a little balance. So both hands pressing on the top of the left knee, and we can stay here, or bringing the left hand behind somewhere, maybe grabbing the right outside of the right hip and start rotating. It's quite intense, so don't push yourself. Exhaling, we're gonna release and take a little break by extending the left leg and taking the body down. And from this position we move into child pose, so pressing the hips towards the heels, extending the arms forward. Very few moments of rest, catching up the breath if it changed. And we are ready to move to the other side, so coming back on hands and knees, and we bring the right knee in the middle of the mat and the right foot maybe rotate it a bit more to the front, or if your knee is complaining, you can keep this sharp angle between the shin and the right thigh. And then we move into this dynamic back bends when we bending backwards and then going forward like a wave. Maybe each time gaining few millimeters space. And above all, just sensing what is happening in our spine, what is happening in our body, and how our mind takes all these things. And if any emotions arise, or this feels tough, this feels uncomfortable, or why I'm so stiff, just let them pass and focus on your sensations. So we are ready to move into reclining position. So extending forwards and first working on the fingertips to a maximum, then extending the spine and the chest forward first, then going down. Few breaths. Remember your variations. You can stay here all the time. You can lower on the elbows. You can also take it in stages. So our body softens after a while, and you might find more space after a couple of breaths. And wherever you are, we're gonna gently start pushing the floor away, and we're gonna come up, both hands, both sides of the right leg, and we place the left hand on top, maybe the right hand on top, and then tucking the left toes under. We're gonna lift the left knee off the ground. And you can stay here, or maybe bringing the right hand behind the back. We're gonna grab something we can hold behind, and pressing the left hand using it as a leverage. You're gonna start turning to look over our right shoulder. And then we release. And then moving, straightening the right leg, going onto our belly, and then pressing back into child pose. So stretch yourself out completely. Long spine, extended shoulders. Allow your hips to be heavy, drawing towards the heels. And then we're gonna press to come back to the tabletop, and from the tabletop we come back on our back. So lying down with the knees bent, we're gonna place our feet hip width apart, so the knees are separated, and we allow our knees to drop towards the right side and then towards the left side. So you can open your arms wider as wings, and we do this windshield wipers to rebalance our spine a few times. And then for a very brief moment we're gonna pause when we drop our knees towards the right side and we turn our face towards the left hand, left side. So pausing there, breathing deeply. And then we resume the windshield wipers for a few rounds of movements, and then allow our knees to drop towards the left and the head turns towards the right. You feel the stretch in this pose. Continue breathing deeply. And on a big inhale, we're gonna lift our knees back up. So last movement before our final relaxation. So maybe drawing your knees towards the chest, making a couple of circles. So any movement you would like to do, maybe different movement that I'm doing right now. But eventually we're gonna extend our legs and we're gonna move into our final relaxation. So remember, we'll try to keep our chest open, so drawing the shoulder blades closer towards each other, towards the middle of the spine. Palms are open towards the ceiling, legs are slightly apart. And we take a couple of breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Letting go. And then we come back to our natural breathing. And we use this final moments of relaxation to bring our attention to any area where you still feel any tiredness, and you're going to inhale in that area and exhale, releasing and softening that area. So go systematically from your right foot, your right leg, right hip, breathing in any area where you feel tightness and exhaling the ease in this area. And we do the same with the left side, so left foot, left knee and left hip. Noticing any tension, any tightness or discomfort, and breathing out the discomfort. And then moving with the attention towards the belly. Focusing a couple of times on this rhythmic movement of the belly up and down as your breath settles even more. And you feel heaviness of your buttocks, of your legs. They become so extremely heavy. The strongest person would not be able to lift your lower body. Your legs, your hips are so heavy. And then you move with your attention towards the middle of your chest, towards your shoulders. And the upper body is so heavy, so relaxed. The bones are sinking towards the ground, towards the mat, melting into the surface of the earth, supporting you, holding you, caressing. And finally you bring your attention towards your face, and your face is ever so soft. You can feel a very gentle line in between your lips, slightly touching, your eyelids softly closed, the skin of your face, baby softness. No wrinkles anywhere, no frowning, no tension. And also inside of your head everything is heavy there, relaxed. The thoughts may pass, come and go, but the sense of relaxation and heaviness remains. And in a few moments we will start moving our fingers and toes, if possible keeping the eyes still closed. And we're gonna wake our body gradually, so maybe moving our head side to side, flexing the toes, pointing the toes, and giving yourself a big stretch. Or doing any other movement you would like to. And then finding your way back to sitting position. But first we're gonna spend a few seconds on our right or left side, so we allow our body to settle. And then using the hands, we're gonna press ourselves back up. So take your time, no rush. And we're gonna find a straight spine again, open chest, so rolling the shoulders back, establishing ourselves in this meditation posture. And we take a few moments to connect to our breath. And we will finish the class by bringing the hands in front of the chest. And we bow forward in gratitude for finding the strength and discipline to continue with the yoga challenge. So, hope to see you for our day 5 tomorrow. Be well, namaste, and take your breath throughout the day to support you on whatever you are up to. Namaste.
Mute off.